you started preparing with us. So, what was the order of preparation? Were you following that study planner order?
First, I was thinking to go from the subjects which I didn't got good marks. But then I have talked to you after some time. You said, no, you just follow my study plan. It would be better for you. Yes.
What about the question bank? So, were you solving on the same day or was it after some time?
Usually, I got time to watch my videos during commutation in Mumbai. So I have take 1 hour, 1.5 hours to go to office, then 1.5 hour journey to coming back to office. So mostly I'm utilizing those time.
So, what was the score in the mock papers you were getting? The final full length.
Full length mock, I was getting around 55 to 60.
What was your experience when you went to the actual exam? Did you found a lot of calculation based questions from book two or more theory?
This time I was saying like quant questions were also like a little bit of test cases was involved. They didn't give you direct data. They gave you a lot of data. Like for a single question, they gave you data which is also not required.
uh, any tips that you can give to the audience, okay, with respect to top three tips that how should you prepare for FRM exam? Hello guys, I hope everybody is doing good. Hi, this is Ganesh Nayak. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And I also help students who are preparing for competitive exams in finance like CFA, FRM, ACCA, and CIA. So I'm back with one of my students interview who has been able to clear the FRM Level 1 exam in the last attempt, which is the August attempt. And he's going to be talking about his journey of preparing for the exam and what are the challenges that he faced. Okay. So we have with us Jagdeep. Thank you again, Jagdeep, for taking out time and talking to us. I understand you're just back from your office and you're giving us time. So I really appreciate. Thank you very much. For the audience, if you can give a short introduction of yourself before you started the preparation, what was your status?
Okay. Good evening, sir. My name is Jagdeep Singh Chhabra. Uh, Currently, I'm working in UCO Bank. Right now, I'm posted in a treasury branch of UCO Bank in Mumbai, and I'm looking after back office forex settlement part and back office team. I'm currently in. I worked in domestic also, and now I'm working in forex part. Started preparing for FRM from last May. I first appeared for November 2024 exam, which I didn't clear. And then in January, when the results came out, I have joined your classes.
Okay.
And in August, I have given my attempt and I have cleared my FRM part one. In August, this August, I have cleared this, my
Okay.
level one.
Now, when you were preparing for the first attempt, how many months you had given to prepare at that point in time?
After doing my MBA, I have started this again from reading like after 12 years. I have done my MBA in finance only. So I have a little bit of knowledge in the FRM subjects. But
Okay.
it's after 12 years when I started, I didn't got easy grip on all the subjects. So I have started in May, but I would say I have prepared like 2 months properly before the November
Before the
exam
exam. Okay.
because my office schedule is also very hectic. So due to that,
Okay.
I have prepared for that, and I given November attempt. In that, due to lack of study time and due to lack of clarity on some topics, I have not cleared
Mhm.
few of the topics in the FRM.
Okay. So, what was the learning that
Okay.
you had from that attempt, and how did you implemented that learning?
First attempt, actually, I would say I was everywhere. I was looking a lot of content to read. I was reading a book, then I was reading Schwezer book. I was not focused on one thing. Then I was watching some videos also, and on YouTube and all. So it got mixed up. So it gave
Okay.
me confusion more than the clarity. That was, I think, one of the mistakes. Then, this is a PSU job, so I don't get much leaves for preparing in the last moment. So mocks,
Mhm.
and I think I didn't do enough practice questions to be prepared for the live exam, and that was my first attempt. So I got little bit surprised the pattern because I hope that I would clear it, but there was
Mhm.
some real, experience here, real time questions, and the pattern was very new for me.
Okay, got it. And now, when the result came in January, you started preparing with us. So, what was the order of preparation? Were you following that study planner order?
Actually, I started from that study planner only. First, I was thinking to go from the subjects which I didn't got good marks.
Hmm.
But then I have talked to you after some time. You said, no, you just follow my study plan. It would be better for you.
Hmm.
So I have started from the study planner only, and I have gone through the whole study plan. And
And
it as I have read for 2 3 months, I have a little bit of idea, so it was quick for me to go through your lecture. So
okay,
went good.
and you basically were watching the video, reading the textbook, correct? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what about the question bank? So were you solving on the same day or was it after some time?
No, not basically the same day because usually I got time to watch my videos during commutation in Mumbai. So I have take 1 hour, 1.5 hours to go to office, then 1.5 hour journey to coming back to office. So mostly I'm utilizing those time. Try to, have some half an hour, 1 hour in office also. That time on every day. So initially I just watched videos.
Hmm.
Then 10, 15 days I try to solve at least you have given like three question banks for each chapter, like
Hmm.
one, two, three. Like so I usually try to do at least two of them. I went through like that only.
Okay, interesting.
So
And so how much time you were giving each day? So while traveling, you were studying for like 2 hours, 1 hour.
yeah, watching the videos and studying with books at the same time, and mostly half an hour, 1 hour in the office if I get the time. And
Okay.
on weekends, I used to give like 5 to 6 hours. In early morning, I used to give so because after the morning I have to do with family also some works and the
Right.
weekends holidays. So
Okay.
that part is there. So 4 to 5 hours, maximum 6 hours I used to give on weekdays.
Okay. And when did you complete your full watching of the video, reading the textbook, and the chapter wise questions?
I have completed it by May end, I would say.
Okay. May
May and
end.
I have completed, yeah, May and I have completed once. I have watched all your videos. From June, I have started watching your revision videos, the short videos which you have
Okay.
uploaded. So I was going through quickly from with that, and the topics I think which was theoretical, I read the book 2 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And for quant and FMP, I have watched your videos also, that short videos.
Acha.
So just to revise my basics. So basically, after June, July, I have focused on reading mostly. So I read Schweitzer book 3 4 times. I
Okay.
used to read only. So it was fast reading for me, if you because I have made notes
Okay.
along with that videos.
Sectional test.
Sectional
Did you solve the sectional test?
sectional test I have solved for I think quant I have did, and for VRM I have done, but for this thing FRM and FMP I didn't went for that sectional test. I went for mock only in the end,
Hmm.
and, and solved couple of mocks.
Okay.
One gap test I
Okay.
have solved from website.
So what was the score in the mock papers you were getting? The final full length.
Full length mock I was getting around 55 to 60.
And were you more confident as compared to the first attempt before going to the exam?
Yeah, absolutely. I was more
Okay.
confident, and basically the most thing helped me is that reading of book again and again. So I have revised, just read book 2 3 times after my completion of the watching of videos. That gave me a lot of confidence.
Okay, wonderful. And when you went to the actual exam now, the August attempt, so how many calculation questions, how many theory questions were there in your paper?
This time was interesting. In November, the calculation questions was straight, like you have to plug in the formula, and it was easy. But this time, I think the quant questions, these practical questions were also different. They have generated test cases also in that.
Okay.
So this time the questions were a little bit more difficult, I would say. From November, the attempt, I think May attempt was more difficult, which I found. But actually, I have well prepared this time. So I did, I think I got 15 20 questions of numericals, and remaining was theory only.
Okay. And in terms of the out of total 100 question, how many questions were tough?
I think I would say at 30%, yeah, 30 questions would be high. I would say tough. You have to go in deep and you have to read the question 2 3 times to fully understand what the FR gap is asking you about, and you have to read the options also very carefully because it was all similar. It was at a same level. You can't judge which one is correct, which one is wrong. Say they will give you like choose the best of out the
Right.
four options. So that part needs to again and again, yeah, 2 3 times you have to read to get fully comfortable with that.
Okay. And was time management a problem in the exam?
Not in this attempt right now. In this one, I have completed my paper almost on the closing time only, like 3 hours, 50 minutes I have completed. In
Okay.
November attempt, I have faced this problem. I have completed like in 3.5 hours, I have completed only 80 questions. So 20 questions I did in last half an hour. So
Okay.
that was also time management for in November one was difficult for me. This one I was pretty comfortable.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
completed on time.
And when you came out of the exam, were you confident that I'll pass the exam?
This time I was confident. I have done good. I think for few sections I was pretty confident. Like in FMP and quant, I was very happy with my performance. So I got I think one in both of them, and rest two I got two second quantile. So I think it was fair. I was expecting to a good result this time.
Okay. So you mentioned it's if I speak in the order, it is 1122. Am I correct?
No, 2-1-1-2.
2112. Okay, interesting. So book
Yeah.
two, you have cons background or stats background in your
Uh,
before the exam.
no. No.
Oh, okay. Because getting a first quartile is very interesting, especially because a lot of public sector bankers, they, like you said, not time, that they face a lot of issue with time, and they
Yeah.
are most of the people that I meet, they are fearful of this second book. They feel it is
Yeah.
very difficult and all. And what was your experience when you went to the actual exam? Did you found a lot of calculation based questions from book two or more theory?
This time I was saying like quant questions were also like a little bit of test cases was involved. They didn't give you direct data. They gave you a lot of data. Like for a single question, they gave you data which is also not required. Or you can
Okay.
easily calculate it, but they made it more complicated. So quant, I think this time they've got some interesting questions also. Like in they got this thing, machine learning. They gave numerics also this time. So. It was actually, I was
Okay.
prepared, so it went
Okay.
well, but I think it was very tricky for this time.
Okay, interesting, interesting. And we're really happy about you clearing the exam, and the quartiles are really good. And the most important part is preparing with your job, and when you get a setback or from a first attempt, making yourself ready, starting your preparation again from scratch is not easy. So you've been able to manage and do it, and I'm sure your this conversation will motivate a lot of bankers, a lot of working professionals, because like you mentioned, you were preparing while traveling to office, right? That 1.5 hour ka journey, you
Yeah.
were not wasting, you were using it to clear the exam. I think so that is very good point, which a student can take from your journey, working professional, that don't waste your time. Try to prepare every single day and give your best shot for the exam. So I think so. This is going to be very interesting. And also, I would ask you last one question with respect to uh, any tips that you can give to the audience, okay, with respect to what top three tips that how should you prepare for FRM exam?
Uh, for me, I would say reading is mandatory. You have to read the book at least 3 to 4 times. If you are having some videos, you can watch it, and but you have to read again and again because every time you read, you will clear on some new concepts. So it gets on building on you. So you will get more comfortable whenever you read the book again and again. So I would say reading is very important. You just can't rely on one reading and just straight away go to mocks and question banks. It will not clear your basics and all. So you need to read at least 2 or 3 times, then go for mocks. It will give you a good result. And I
Okay.
would say like mocks are is important. Mocks and question banks. If you solve it, will give you confidence and it will tell you which subjects you need to be focused more, which
Mhm.
chapters you need to focus more. So that is I think mocks and question banks are pretty helpful in that.
Okay.
And I think time management is like if you have some good ample amount of time, you can I think clear FRM in 4 months only. But if you have like 4 to 5 hours daily, or you can give weekends 8 to 9 hours. So I think FRM is like mostly about time management. If you can give a good reading, so you can clear it easily.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Wonderful, wonderful, Jagdeep. And this conversation will really help and motivate a lot of students who are going to go for the exam. How should they plan? How should they manage their time in their preparation journey? And not to get demotivated if there is one setback. So, thank you again, Jagdeep, for taking out time and talking to us. This is really helpful.
Thank you, sir.